All right, so this is for today, 5/7. Make sure you put your name on this because this is going to be an accuracy grade. I would recommend a ruler for this just because this one's done for you, but you are going to be drawing your own on the second and third page. Excuse me, so this graph shows the changing speed of a car over time. Answer the following questions using the graph. And so you have speed and time. So let's say this is 0. So 0 speed here, and it's going to be increasing in speed along the y-axis. And then the time, so this could be minutes, seconds, hours, whatever it is. Just time is increasing. So during which portions of the trip is the car accelerating? All you have to do is write the letters. So if you think that A is during acceleration, put A. If you need help with any of this, you can look up speed time graphs to get examples of them. But also, where might the car have had an accident at? Where on the graph is the car traveling the fastest, constant speed? So again, this would be 0, so let's say 0 miles per hour, and this is 10 minutes, or however you want to say it, doesn't really matter. Remember that a positive slope means increasing speed. That's actually a straight arrow. So if it's just straight, means just kind of a constant speed. Okay, so it's still going a distance. Distance is not on here. And then downward slope is, well, as you can imagine it, a decreasing speed. So that should be helpful to you as you are reading this over and looking at it. So, and if it does say, how do you know, just write a brief explanation of how did you know that the car was accelerating there. You can talk about the line is a positive slope, the line is a negative slope, negative being down, or it's just a straight line. Now on the back of the first page, you are drawing one, so you're definitely going to need a ruler for this part. Abby left her house for some exercise. She began by walking for 10 minutes. And each kind of section, I did this after, I did this in pencil first because I messed up a couple of times because my timing was off. But how I did this is each kind of little time, I'm going to put a letter by. And it just made it easier for me as I was doing this. So this is going to be A. So just like on the first page, how it had A as the first segment, I know my first segment, she began walking for 10 minutes at a constant speed, meaning the line is going to be a nice straight line. Then she jogged and slowly increased her speed over a period of 20 minutes. So this could be my second B there, at the end of which she was at a full run. And noticing that this right here would be a full run, this is a walking speed. Okay? So you can't just go up there, but this line right here is going to be when she's at a full run. So by the end of that 20 minutes, she's at a full run. You're going to be at this line right here. She continued at this speed for 20 minutes. So here's my letter C. She began decreasing her speed over a period of 20 minutes. Here we go, letter D. At the end of which she was back to her constant walking speed. And constant walking speed is right here. Okay, that's what that walking means. She walked at this constant speed for 10 minutes. There's letter E. Then she sat and rested for 10 minutes. So F. Yeah. So this might make it a little bit easier as well because these numbers aren't actually kind of at a little specific point. This will make it a little bit easier. So my 0 I know is right here. 1, 2, 3. Here's 10. 1, 2, 3, 20. 1, 2, 3, 30. 1, 2, 3, 40. 1, 2, 3, 50. 1, 2, 3, 60. 1, 2, 3, 70. 1, 2, 3, 80. 1, 2, 3, 90. 1, 2, 300. You don't actually need to go to 100, but just making it a little bit easier for you because when you're using the ruler and you're kind of graphing it out, it's going to be a line graph overall. You're going to see that, yeah. So if you do a constant, so for the first one, she began walking for 10 minutes at a constant speed. So I know from 0 to 10 minutes, she's walking at a constant speed. So how I kind of did this, where's my little ruler at? I'll do the first one for you. So at 10 minutes, she was at a walking speed. I'm just going to put my little dot there, and then I'm just going to make a nice straight line. Again, this is why you need the rulers. And I would definitely recommend doing this in pencil first. So that right there is going to be my letter A. Okay. Again, do this in pencil. If you want to outline it later, you can. So then she jogged and slowly increased her speed for a period of 20 minutes, at which she was at a full run. So you're going to be going from 10 minutes. Okay, so she's doing this for an additional 20 minutes. Oh, gosh, fingernail looks gross. So from 10 minutes all the way to 30, she's going to be increasing to a run. Okay. This last one, there is a lot of information on this one. And I'm actually going to have you use a couple different colors. So if you don't have colors, you can kind of improvise, I guess. But it says a dry speed time graph that correlates with the following story. And once you get the first one done, it's going to be a little bit easier, because I know I messed up a couple times in the first one, but by this time I was pretty good. So looking always at what our y and x axis are. Here's our x axis, time in minutes. Here's our y axis, which is, or axis, we're going to call it speed in miles per hour. And this one gives you, it's a little bit easier to see where the little notches go. Now, I will tell you that you do have to add another 34. You have to add a minute 34. So if I'm looking at this, it might be easier doing centimeters. Let's see, what's my little centimeter thingy-majig at? Okay, so each box looks like a half a centimeter. So I'm just going to put that over here. Draw my little line. So this will be minute 34. So you will have to add that on there. Okay. Again, go through the story the same as I did the last one. Each time you kind of see a speed or a change or something going on, I would mark it with a letter. So George left his house and got into his car. He slowly accelerated to 40 miles an hour over a period of 2 minutes. That's going to be my first letter, A. Okay, so just go through. I do go all the way to J. So you should have plenty of stuff marked in here. Now, this is the last thing, and I'm not going to give you any extra help on this one. You have to read it. If your line is going up, you need to mark it with red. Or you can mark it, just go back over your line and kind of make like a zigzag over it of positive acceleration. Okay. If it is a straight line, or I'll just say put dots on top of your line. If you don't have colors, if you have colors, just use straight lines, just kind of trace over it. If not, you're going to do the I don't know what that is. For positive, little dots on top of your line. So yours might look like if you have a pencil line. Okay, so that's how you're going to differentiate. This is going to be 0 acceleration. Oh wait, I need that in green. Oh gosh, I know, blue. This should be in blue, for those of you who are paying attention. This is blue. This equals 0 acceleration. So at any point in your graph where it's straight, you're going to trace back over it with red or blue. Now the last one is going to be green line, or let's say we'll just put little triangles on top of it, which will be negative acceleration. I remember I wanted to change this because I was like, well, positive really should be green, but I was like, whatever. So as long as your color key kind of matches what's on your graph, you can change the colors. If you don't have red, blue, and green available to you, you can always just change the colors. Just make sure your key on the side. So I'm going to know if you watch the video all the way to the end to know what your graph should look like. We're done with that. You turn it in. Ta-da!